Well, hey guys, Long Haul Larry, and I am up in the Upper House. Been up here working and stuff, and we've actually gotten some snow. We got a little bit of snow back there behind us, you can see. We actually had about 6 inches, and then it rained. And all snow disappeared, but then it's gotten colder again, and we got some lake effect stuff. Got about 2-3 inches. So winter is starting to happen up here. Got a nice coating on the ground. But what this video is about is that we're looking for a truck driver. A truck driver that to put into a truck. We have a truck available for a truck driver. Not a steering wheel holder, a truck driver. There is a difference. So I am putting it out there that if anybody is looking for a job, a truck driving job, ADL is on the market and looking for somebody. There is the silver Volvo available, which is the newest truck. And that truck is one of the nicest. It actually has no sensors and none of that other stuff that a lot of the trucks have. That if you watch John's video, you can hear the sensors going off all the time. It doesn't have any of that stuff and everything. It's a real nice truck. And the driver of the truck, he actually ended up, he had to leave. A good friend of his owned his own truck. And I think that what I heard, the reason why is because he got sick or something like this. Wasn't able to drive. I guess he's dealing with something. And so the driver that was in there is a good friend of him and his family. And he said, I think what I'm going to do is go drive his truck. So they're actually earning income. So that truck is available. What we're looking for is a truck driver. ADL is not a babysitting service. Working for ADL is kind of like being an owner-operator. The loads are sent to you, and now it's a little bit different than when I drove. Back then, it was kind of like through text and stuff like that. Now you have an app that's on your phone, and the load information is sent through on that app and everything. And so most of the stuff is done doing that, and so you kind of know your schedule a little bit more, I guess. That's what the drivers are telling me and everything, is that they do enjoy that a little bit more. But you're kind of like an owner-operator. He's not going to be babysitting you and everything else as long as you're doing okay and you're not missing appointments and everything. If you're late and missing appointments and everything and not keeping up to things, well, yeah, then it's going to have to keep an eye on you and keep up with that. And if it comes down to you do too much, well, then you're not going to be able to work here anymore. We're not looking for a babysitting service here. So that's one of the things that we're looking for, is somebody that maybe is thinking about, hey, I'd like to really be an owner-operator or something like that. This might be the place for you, because you can jump into it and you pretty much have your own reign on the truck, and you're kind of responsible for all this stuff and everything. You're not going to get constantly bothered by us and everything else, but we expect you to be able to handle it. And the one thing that's really positive about it is you're not responsible for any of the repairs or the fuel or anything like that when you're an owner-operator and you have to deal with all that stuff. So it kind of gets you into both worlds. There's different runs across the country. There's always the East Coast to Wisconsin, Wisconsin down to Texas, Texas back to East Coast, you know, that kind of thing that goes on here. There is drivers that live in different states all across the country are working here now, and they make runs to different areas and stuff. We do have, he has a run that he's been doing going out to Colorado, and going to Colorado and then back to Frederick, or I'm sorry, out to Pennsylvania. And that load is paying really well. That's a good paying load. That load there, the drivers are making like over $2,000 a week. That's some pretty good money for just being a company driver. There's different aspects of it. It matters how hard you want to run. I can't guarantee any kind of pay because we don't know who you are, don't know how hard you're going to run, and we got to find a fit that's going to fit for you. And so, but I'm going to tell you that you're going to do well. Now, in the past, there has been things about the 1099. The drivers at ADL have always been a 1099 issue for their pay, and you're kind of an independent outside contractor. And basically what he's been doing is paying 25%. So 25% of the load goes to the driver. And then The rest of it is used for paying, all the expenses on truck, and then the rest of it's left after that is what he makes. And that has been a thing in the past, but I can tell you that the boss is changing some things around. He is on vacation, and I have been dealing with all of this and trying to keep all the truckers and everything going and everybody taken care of while he's been gone. And basically what I do is I communicate with him through an app, because he can't really call from country out of country. And I have been contacting and talking with him through there, and he has been able to get on the internet, and he looks up on loads. I've looked up on a few loads, but don't mess around with stuff. I call and book loads for him. Some stuff he can do through email. He's done it that way. So we're kind of working together with that way. And then any issues that he does, and usually he sends me a thing, like a list saying, hey, this needs to be done, this needs to be done today and everything. And then during the day I work on all that stuff while I'm taking care of the drivers and everything, and making all this happen. And I can tell you that I think that he has found out that maybe his life is a little hectic, and maybe he needs to change some things around. He's really coming to the conclusion that, of my thinking, that he needs truck drivers, and that he doesn't need steering wheel holders. This is ADL, not ADL trucking, ADL transport. It's not ADL babysitting service. And so if you think that you got what it takes, I can tell you that you're gonna have to have at least 2 years experience. He did go out and live once and hired somebody with just 1 year, and it didn't work out well. The thing is, I don't know. Maybe if you apply, maybe if you got some great things on your application and everything, maybe he'll consider it and stuff. I don't really know. But here's the deal. You're going to need to go onto an app, or onto a site, and I will put a link down in the video description of this video. And it will be down here, like a little arrow that's right below the picture on the video. And it's like a half arrow thing. You tap on that, and that's a video description. It brings up all of my information, stuff that I think you guys maybe would be interested in stuff, but there will be on there a link to go on and apply for ADL transport. And you go on here and you fill this out, and this will be sent in, and we will be reviewing some of the people on here and stuff and looking it over. And then me and boss will be talking about it. And the deal is I am going to be interviewing you. The boss is putting this on my lap, and he says, I want you to find me some real truck drivers. So I am going to be doing the interviews and everything else, and I will be the one deciding if I think that you got what it takes to become an ADL driver. All I'm doing is I'm just looking for real truck drivers, somebody that can get out and maybe if there's an issue, be able to look at it. Somebody that's gonna push that a little bit extra to make sure that things are taken care of. Make sure it's truck driving is not a complicated thing. I mean, you pick up loads A, you take it to point B, and you want to make sure that it's all intact and everything is good, and that you protect that load in the meantime. Now, in the meantime, there's a lot of issues that you have to deal with. Traffic. You got idiot drivers out there. You got shippers and receivers that are driving you nuts and stuff. That's part of trucking. That is part of trucking, and you just have to learn to deal with that. And we're looking for somebody that can and knows how to do that. He's saying basically the new year that he wants to change some things around and needs to relieve a little bit of stress. So I think that's why he's asking me to do this and stuff. And one of the things that he is going to be changing about the company is it's not going to be a 1099 anymore. He is going to be doing W-2 and all this stuff, and everything goes along with that. But the thing is he is going to give the drivers an option. You can either do the 1099 or you can do the W-2. So it's going to be an either or option. So I know that in past I have talked to videos and said, hey, we're maybe looking for a driver or something, and some people say, well, I don't want to do a 1099, so I don't want to work there. Well, that's changing. So now the W-2 is going to be offered. So if you don't want to be dealing with taxes, that's fine. That option is going to be available. So I will put this link down there, and you can see it right here on your screen now. It is ADL Transport Inc. And you just go on here and fill all this information out, and we'll go through all the applicants, and I will be giving calls to the people that I want to talk to and interviewing you, and we'll probably talk a few times about different things. And I can tell you that I already have a gentleman that I have interviewed, and for another truck that we have available, and because Mr. Maroon is also available too. And I like this guy, and I think that we're going to be hiring him. The guy seems to be a good truck driver, and he's hungry. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a plus. So we're on the works, I think, of hiring him. We're checking some stuff out with him and everything. But all you gotta do is go on here and fill this out, and we will give you a call. Or I will give you a call, actually. I've been doing all the booking and stuff, and I've been really trying to keep things going. I can tell you that truckers are a fickle group. There's been some issues, some problems, and some attitudes a little bit and everything. And I've had having to deal with that, and it's been a lot of work. I can tell you that I look back on what the boss has done, and I go, okay, I see some of the times he's gotten frustrated. And I mean, there's been times when I've had truckers that have had issues, breakdowns and stuff like this, and I have tried to set this up so that what I've tried to do as I've been booking loads and doing all this stuff and keeping the drivers rolling is I've been trying to do this proactive. I've been out there working really hard and really trying to set things up so the driver doesn't have to wait. He doesn't have to do anything. Everything is just set, boom, 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 up for him. And I've done this a few times for things. And I mean, just one thing that's gone through my head. I mean, I had a truck with a breakdown. I set something up. I called the shop, made sure they had the parts. It was 3 miles away from his pickup. I set this thing all up. It just took me like an hour and a half of my time on phone calls and everything else. They had the parts and everything, but they only had a couple left. I asked them if they could put the driver's name on it, ADL TRANSPORT, and put it to the side. The driver will be there tonight, tomorrow morning. And the guy was like, no problem, I can do that for you. And I says, you know, what happens if your shop is full? I mean, you know, can you do this quick? And the guy said, yeah, no problem. Tell your driver to pull on up to the shop. Even if we got a full shop, I can have somebody come right out to the parking lot and take care of this quick. It's not a big, long process or nothing. A pretty simple deal, but we'll get them taken care of right away. Had this all set up, and the driver went and did this, and he loaded there and everything. He shut down right by the place. Was there for, I think it was like 16 hours, 17 hours or something. And that's why I made this all set up and right there. So he had plenty of time to get this done. It was only a 15-minute job. And he just decided he didn't want to do it. And he got loaded and just took off. And then halfway to his next load, he decided that's when he wanted to stop. And stuff like that was kind of like, oof, it's kind of really ticked me off. I've had quite a few issues, but you know, just working through it and everything else, and just trying to keep a lot of stress off the boss because he's on vacation, and I think he deserves to have vacation too. So I've been trying to help out the best I can. Things like that, you know, it's like I spend all this time going on, and then the driver just decides it's not how they want to do it, and it really screws things up. Because I mean, I can get it now because in the past where you get someplace and you got to do the whole check-in and you got to call and get authorization for stuff, and you're sitting around waiting, going, man, you know, come on, let's go. Well, I have it all set up, and the drivers are deciding that it's not how they want to do it. So that's been kind of a pain in the butt, but whatever. So I've been dealing with all this stuff, and everything's working well. I'm keeping all the drivers. Everybody's heading home for Thanksgiving, and everybody's going to make it, and everybody's going to have themselves off Thanksgiving and have an enjoyable time. So I think what I'm going to do is let you guys go, and I think that I'm hoping that everybody out there watching this video is going to have themselves a great day, great night, as they're watching this here video. Well, this is one of the issues that I'm sorry. I just, dealing with this kind of stuff. Remember how I said that we're not a babysitting company? Well, we're not. You know, and this is one of the things that I think that needs to be taken care of. And so I think we're just going to have to take care of this right now.
Hello.
Hey, John.
Yes.
Why am I getting alerts? I've been talking about this, about getting alerts for following too closely. You've got heart braking issues. What's going on?
man, I'm just trying. I don't know the sensor on the truck is so sensitive.
You know, John, you know that we're friends and everything else, but you know that this is business. And I've been warning about the stuff, and I can tell you that the boss is kind of turning a leaf. He doesn't want this to be ADL babysitting service anymore. And we are friends, but what I'm going to tell you is that it's kind of getting over the top. So I'm going to say that I'm sorry that it's going to have to happen, but after you make your delivery tonight, you're going to be heading back to Sheboygan. I want you to clean your truck out, and we're going to have to figure out something else to do here, because I'll figure out how to get the truck back to Maryland. But I'm sorry to do this. I know that we're friends, but this is over the top. So I'll see you later. Well, I guess I need 2 truck drivers now. Yeah, so you know, I guess Grace is out there, and so now we're gonna need 2 truck drivers. So there's 2 open positions at ADL. This is not ADL babysitting service. This is ADL Transport Inc. So if you're interested in actually working and actually doing a good job, apply, and you can make some money and do really well. There's lots of options for different routes, and there's lots of opportunities here. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope that you guys are having a great day watching this here video, and if you're not, you can certainly try to have a better one. I know that I will. See you.